The annual tender is one of the ways that Pharmac manages how much New Zealand spends on medicines. Each year we're given a fixed budget by the government to spend on the medicines that we fund, and that money needs to pay for all the medicines we already fund. If there's money available after that, we can look at funding new medicines. The annual tender process is really important because it allows Pharmac to free up funds, and that's usually somewhere between $30 and $50 million a year. We can then use that money to fund more medicines. When a medicine is no longer under patent, suppliers are able to manufacture and sell generic versions of that medicine. So that means the same medicine, but with a different manufacturer and a different brand name. This allows for competition, which can lead to significant price reductions for the medicines that are already funded in New Zealand.
So a really important part of our tender process is understanding the impact of brand changes on people who need those medicines. Last year we heard really clearly from the community that we could do a better job about consulting with them on brand changes that we might be making. We're adding a new step to the annual tender process, an additional consultation step to seek feedback from people prescribing, dispensing and taking these medicines about the impact of a potential brand change. We're adding this extra step because it's really important to us that our decisions are informed by people's lived experiences.
In addition to the consultation, we also have our Tender Advisory Committee, and that's a group made up of doctors, pharmacists, nurses, and other clinical specialists. They provide input around items that we're considering for tender. Once we've considered their advice and the advice from that consult, we invite suppliers to submit their commercial bids. This process closes in December, and then once we receive those bids, we're in a position to start evaluating them. This year, we're carrying out an extra consultation step as part of our annual tender because we'd like to give people who use these medicines the opportunity to share with us what the impact might be and let us know if there's any support that would be required. We expect that the 2025 to 26 annual tender will have a slightly different timeline as we work through changes to improve how we consult. We will be encouraging people to give us feedback via an online form. We'll be asking if you use the medicine, if you're a health professional that supports patients, or if you're a supplier of that medicine. We'll also be asking what support people might need and what the impacts of a potential brand change might be.